Well, it was really great. The audience was happy and sad at the same time, and this is what I wanted. I wanted to entertain them, you know, and I would love to do Kurdish movies that are more entertaining and not just tragic. That's why I really enjoyed it, you know. There were a lot of laughter, and it's nice to see that. The Kurdish themes are very heavy, you know. Most of the time it deals with war and tragedies, and I think maybe it's also a part of my character. I'm somehow very positive and try to be humorous about things, and I just wanted to make sure that this red line that drives me through my life is also part of the movie, because I want to make the people not happy but hopeful. I mean, the theme is not happy, it's very tragic, but still they have to work on things, you know. They have to manage to keep themselves happy, and they have to laugh, because the Kurdish tragedy never ends, as we see, you know. But it's important to have a vision. It's important to, you know, look to the future, where I want to go. And sometimes it's very difficult, and for me, when I watch a movie, sometimes I feel released when I have the moment where I can like breathe or laugh. And I think that's what the audience enjoys, you know, if they are not like slapped with too much sadness, you know. I think it makes them, when they go home, I want them to think about things, you know, but I don't want them to be depressed and desperate at the end of watching a movie. I want them to be to be inspired when they watch it. House Without Roof is a journey of three siblings. They want to fulfill the last wish of their mother, and during that journey they somehow become a family again, because they were separated, and they also, well, they discover their homeland, the place of their childhood, you know, and the place of the passed family. So it's a film about Kurdish people, based on the three siblings, but it's also a film about Kurdistan. Most of the time, the audience understands the film. It's just crazy, you know. Everywhere I go, I travel with the film all over the world, you know. And it's a universal, you know, movie. It has like dealing with families and things that you can relate to. I had a screening in Canada, in Montreal, and one guy was coming up to me. He was like 50 years old, and he was crying, you know. And he told me that right now he and his siblings are fighting because their father died and they don't know how to bury him. And it was so crazy because it was like 10,000, I don't know how many kilometers away from my home. And he was telling me the same story. He's like Canadian, I'm Kurdish, but you could just feel what I was trying to tell in the story. And I think it's more human. You know, the film is not political. It's more emotional and human, and that's what I want to do. I want to do universal stories. I want somebody who's like in Kurdistan who would maybe love the film in another way than a Canadian, but he still understands the characters, you know, and he can feel with them. That's what I want to do.
And lastly, how do you find the festival?
I really liked it. I have a history kind of with the London Kurdish Film Festival because I worked as a company, and I always sent the Kurdish movies to the London Kurdish Film Festival when I was like 18 or something. So I always wanted to go there, and it's obviously great to be here today with my own film. I mean, it's just aim for it, and then you will somehow be the one presenting your film at the festival that you like. And I like the energy. It's very enthusiastic, and I like the people, many young volunteers, you know, working day and night and to make this possible. I really enjoyed it. I like the program, and I hope you can keep the work going on. It would be great. I always always say that for me it's very important to work on a screenplay, because most of young people want to shoot. I can understand that they just want to try, and then shoot as much as possible. Do your short movies, a lot short movies, and watch a lot of films, of course, and learn from the ones who already did it. But get into discussion with other filmmakers. Show them your story. Don't be afraid of it. And write a screenplay as much as possible. Rewrite it. Throw it away. Write it again. But just try to develop your screenplay as good as possible. If you start shooting, you know what you are dealing with. You know your story. Just be prepared. And because people will ask you, the actors will ask you, what do you want with this? People afterwards will ask you, how you need to make decisions. And for that, you need to know what kind of story you're telling and why you're telling it. So you need to have philosophy. You need to have a reason why you're doing the movie. And that's why keep working on the story. That's the most important part.
The story is key.
Yeah, sure. Well, there are a lot of different ways, and all filmmakers have to find their own ways. That what makes us unique and special, and your film special and unique. It's your point of view on, the Kurdish struggle. But I would love to see more diversity, because most of the Kurdish films are dealing with the past, and they are very tragic, of course, because the political history is very tragic. So I would like them to think about, for example, dealing with the Kurdish problems in a way that maybe others wouldn't think that we can do it. Maybe do a romantic comedy, and do a horror movie about the Kurdish struggle. I don't know. Everything is possible. That's the best thing about movies. So just try to find your own way of doing films. That's what I would suggest to any person who wants to do films. Because otherwise, it's just, you could do documentaries actually about the Kurdish struggle, and there are a lot of good documentaries about Kurds. But I think the most important part is that you find your own handwriting in doing films, and that's why do the things that you love. Yeah. Don't just think about the Kurdish struggle. Just think about how you think about it. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Just if you love doing films, you should try. Maybe you fail for the first time. Maybe people won't believe that you can do it. Because sometimes it is that way. But still, you should work every day on the things that you love, and you should don't give a damn about what society says. They will talk maybe today, and you won't get any support. But maybe in 2 years, 3, 5, 10 years, you can be someone that other girls can look up to. So don't just do it for yourself, do it for the next generation. You have to keep that vision of yourself, where you want to go. And they just, if they love it, if they like movies, they should do it.
What's your upcoming project? Sorry.
My upcoming, I'm writing my own stories always, but right now I also got a offer to do a big cinema movie in Germany. So it's a German project more than a Kurdish one, but I still develop my own Kurdish films.
Would you consider working on a futuristic set? The story is futuristic. When you said
like sci-fi. No, I would love to do a Kurdish romantic comedy, because that would be very funny. I think the marriage and love in Kurdistan is a very funny thing. I would like to do a romantic comedy. Yeah, that's, for example, that's one of my aims. I would like to do a Kurdish romantic comedy someday. Yeah. Okay, thanks. Thank you.